from here. If you're joining me, Glabage, Benji just joined. You're welcome. Let's see if everything is working. The chairs, yeah, that's working. So let's go ahead and share the video before we start this morning. If you're joining me for the first time, you're highly welcome to this live, because here on my live, what I do is I teach us how to get into braiding. If you're the type that have passion for hair and you don't know how to go about it, you're in the right place. So here, I just come out to encourage us and bring us some techniques and simple ways to get into braids. Yes. So now let me put out the mannequins in case most of us want to get one for ourselves. Let's go ahead and put this one out. Okay. Thank you so much for joining. You're all welcome. You're welcome to my live. I'm streaming on all my platforms. Thank you, The Last Baby. You're welcome. D3 just joined. You're welcome. As you're joining, please, let's go ahead and share the videos. Let's share the videos. Tap and support the videos, the live, as much as you can. So in this morning's live, what we are to do this morning is to show you techniques of how you can get into braiding. What is braiding? If some people may ask, because most people don't know what braiding is. Look at what braids is. Braids is a creative act that we braiders uses hair and extensions to showcase our artistic skill. And there are some different things braids can do for you. For instance, you want to go for holiday and you don't want to go ahead and start combing your hair, doing all sorts. The best thing is just to put your hair, put it up on braid. It's simple. When you just pack it, you can be able to do things around. You're not bothered of combing your hair or shampooing your hair wherever in your destination of holidays. Another thing about braiding is that we do braiding to protect our hair. Braiding is a protective style, because sometimes when you leave out your hair like that, it's going to be breaking. But when you put it up in braids like this, it's going to help you to grow instead of breaking your hair. So another advantage of having your hair braided. Thank you so much, Kayeta, The Last Baby, everyone that is joining. Please go ahead and tap. Let's go ahead, put our hands on the screen. Share the videos, tap on the videos and everything. Let's go ahead and start. So another advantage of you having braids on is that sometimes you might have your hair very short and you want it very lengthy. What are you going to do is to put your hair up on braids. So you get the extension to lengthen up the hair. Even if you want the hair to be lengthy, dragging on your foot, you can do it with extensions. If you want it just a little bit above your shoulder, it's possible. So another advantage of you having braids, that if you're the type that don't want to be having colors on your hair all the time, you see now we have different types of colors for braiding. You can as well go ahead and get extensions and attach the kind of colors you want on your hair. You're all welcome. If you're joining, please put your hands on the phone. Let's keep tapping and share the videos as you're just coming. Thank you so much and God bless you all. If you're screaming, yeah boy, say hi. What do you do if you have gain and eager in your hair? I don't understand that. Please reframe it, because I don't understand your question from YouTube. Thank you so much for asking. Thank you everyone for joining. Thank you so much, Femina, for liking the videos, for volunteering. God bless you for doing that. Thank you so much. Let's give cheers to everyone supporting this. So now, this live, I'm going to be showing us different techniques of how we can get into braiding. Alex Chadari, hi, said hi. You're welcome on YouTube. On Facebook, you're welcome. On TikTok, you're all welcome. And on YouTube, you're welcome. Thank you so much and God bless you. My name is Grace Lowen from GraceLawendhair, as you can see. So this morning I've given us most of the advantages why most people put braids on, which is very, very important. It's getting into the bright weather time that most people are going on holiday, summers. This is the right time to put your heads on braid when you're traveling out, which is going to be so good. And another thing is that as a braider, coming to have that passion to be a braider, there's a lot of advantage that we can have doing that. It will help you to become self-employed. You can be able to do your job as yourself. If you just have appointments, you start giving people at your convenient time. You don't have to work for anybody. Nobody would even fire you for doing that because you just work for yourself. As a freelancer, you just get your appointment and do your job and earn your money. So that is the advantage of you being a hair braider. So now let's go ahead and kickstart. So what we need for this practicals this morning is that we need our extensions. Most people don't know how these extensions come. Extensions comes in a pack like this. They come in a pack and they have different brands. It doesn't really matter if it's one brand, but one of the brands has already taken over the names of others, but it doesn't really matter. When you go to the shop where they sell hair, you see all you need is extensions to be able to braid your hair. Just go whichever brand you think is suitable for you, go ahead and get one. And these days, they have already prepared the extensions. Normally, they used to have it like that in full. You as the braider will prepare it by yourself. But now, when you go to the shop, you see the ones that are prepped already. You just go ahead and get it. What is the reason of we prepping? GraceLawendhair, you're welcome. Thank you so much. You say hi, please speak my name. Yes, and GraceLawendhair call, you're welcome to the live. And Kater, you're welcome. Thank you so much for everyone joining. Yes, for every Millie K just joined. Everyone that is joining, thank you so much as you're joining. PRM Celia just joined. You're welcome for joining the live. Everyone is welcome. So now let's go ahead and do our practicals this morning. So now if you want somebody here that is very interested in learning how to do hair and you don't know how to go about it, you're in the right place. I'll put you through and that is it. So what you have to do is that you have to get your training mannequin head. It's very important. Like one of these I'm having. Thank you so much, Femina. God bless you for that. God bless you. All you need is to get a training head. Look at what I'm using to train. Is a training hair like this. You just need it to be able to practice. So the more you practice, the better you become. So let's go ahead. I'm going to be teaching us 5 to 9 different techniques of how you can get into braiding. So let's start with, now I'm going to be starting with one for the new beginners, because this class is a beginner-friendly class, really beginner-friendly class. So we do methods. So today, before I will do the rubber band method, I'm going to start with the method of natural and traditional method. We're going to start straight away with the natural and traditional method. When I do one of the natural and traditional method, then I'm going to do the rubber band method for the sake of those of us that are just getting into it, that don't know how to do it. So now I have 3 methods I teach online here based on the natural and traditional method. In case you're joining me for the first time, you're highly welcome. So we're going to part this hair. You have your tail comb. You always have your tail comb. You have your extensions. You have the crochet pin. We'll come to that if I'm going into other lessons today. So we are going to go ahead and part the hair we're going to be working with. Let's say this is the hair we're going to be working with. I'm going to split it at this point. Can everybody see it? So when I split this hair at this point, here in this lesson, we take different classes, how to part hair. We've done it in the past. Videos are there waiting for you. But then if there's a request of me doing it, I'm going to go ahead. Teco, you're welcome. If there's a request of me going back to some of the topics we've treated before, just let me know. Put it on the comment section. I will be able to do that. Johnny K, that is it. You're welcome. You're all welcome to the live. So now you need your clips as well. When you're doing braids, you need your clips to be able to move away the hair that you're not working with. So now I've done that. I'm going to always comb it. Always. The next thing, when you part the hair, always have your comb to comb the hair. Always comb the hair. The reason is that some of the hair, you need to take away the knots in it before you install any extension on your hair. If you don't do that, it's going to break the hair. You don't want your hair, because braids, they say, is a protective style, which is actually true. You don't want your hair to break, you do it in the right way. So after parting the hair, you go ahead and do what? And comb them. So the first method I'm going to be showing you on the natural and traditional method is the wrapping round method. We are going to move gradually into this techniques for you to know how to install this hair. So now I'm going to go ahead and get my extensions. This is the extension. I have it in bundles like this. Let me make sure that everyone is seeing what I'm doing. We have the extensions in bundles like this. Then you're going to go ahead and grab the size of extension that you're going to be working with. Hey, mom, thank you. The real Malitu, you're welcome. If you're just joining me for the first time, you're welcome. If you're a student that have been coming online and you belong to this community, you're all welcome. You're all welcome. So this community is a friendly community where you can ask questions. Just go on the comment section. If you didn't understand what I'm doing, you say, please, can you repeat that method you just done? I'll go ahead and do that if we still have time, because our time normally is from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. UK time. So now I've taken my extension. This is the extension. For me, this is a medium extension I'm going to be working with to show you how to install this. It might not be your own medium, but the only important thing when you're doing a braid is that when you take one of the extension, make sure that the sizes of the extension should be the same thing. It will show that you know what you're doing. Look at the braids we've previously done before. When you check the sizes, you find out that they are all the same thing. That is very, very important when you're learning how to do braids. So now I have this extension, which is my own medium. I'm going to split this extension into ratio 2:1, meaning that the one I have on my right hand should be 2 times the one I have on my left hand. The reason why we split these extensions into ratio 2:1 is that the one you have on your left hand is bigger than the one you have on your right hand. So when you take this one that you have on your right hand and cross it over to the ones you have on the left hand, when you put the smaller ones together, it will now equate the bigger one. Can you see the 3 strands of extension I'm having, which is very, very important? You make sure that they are equal. So when you're braiding, it will make your braid look more even, because one side will not be outweighing the other side. If you make this side too small, and at the end of the day and you're braiding, when you keep braiding, you find out that the braids are not even. One side is outwearing the other side. We don't want it to be like that. So what you're going to do, have it in mind, any braids you're going to do, you're going to be doing it ratio 2:1. The one you have on your right hand should be 2 times the one you have on your left hand, meaning that when you split it up, let me even see, yes, when you split this one up into 2, you find out that they are all the same. So you take this one and cross it over. So when you cross it over, we are going to start doing our braids. So the first method I'm going to do on the natural and traditional method, which most of the professional, this is the method they use, is the wrapping round method. Yes, most people know how to do, but if you don't and you're here, the only reason I wanted to take classes physically, I'm in Spain. Okay, that's fine. Please, Priscilla, just send me a message on my bio, then I'm going to send you the WhatsApp number so that you can be able to come into the class. You'll be fine. So now let's go ahead and do this. But here online, I teach braids for free. So any questions you have, just let me know. But if you want to go further, let me know. Send me a message, then you come into the class. So this is the hair we're working with. Can everybody see it? So what you're going to do, this is my left hand. Normally when we do hair with our hands and our fingers like this. So you see the thumb, this is the thumb. You see the index finger, that's the index finger. This is our middle finger. This is the ring finger. And this is the little and pinky finger, as you can see. All these hands, sometimes you hear me saying, oh, I'm going to be holding this hair with my thumb and my index finger, meaning that this thumb and index finger, they play very vital roles when you're doing hair. Very, very vital roles. So now we'll go ahead now. And this is my left hand, in case you can see. I usually mention that because sometimes, because my camera is facing me, sometimes I'll be showing you that this is my right hand. No, this is not my right hand, it's my left hand. So you go ahead and hold the hair you're going to be working with your left hand, which is this. Thumb and index finger, well held. So now, this is my extensions, because the first method we're going to do is the natural and traditional method, which you wrap the hair around. Take it like this, hold it on the edge, place it on top of this. So when you place it, hold it with your thumb and index finger. Look at the hair is there and I'm holding the extension. The next step you're going to take on this, grab this one that is smaller. Go 1, as if you're plating it. That is the first one. You go the second one. So when you do the second one, you bring out your fingers this way. Take this extension and place it between the middle finger and the ring finger. Then you now go ahead, separate this extension, split your natural hair, and grab this one. Then you go ahead and start installing your braid. Can you see it? So because we call this the natural and traditional method, we are not going to allow this extension, this natural hair to just be on only two of the hair. What you're going to do, split this, take some of this hair, add it to this one. Then we'll go on and start braiding. Yes. So another thing I'm going to say at this point is that because now we are having a black colored hair and we are using a gold colored extensions to do this. So what you're going to do, always make sure that your extensions are covering your natural hair. When you start at first, install it, then you now place it in a position whereby you're tucking the natural hair in. Then you go ahead and start braiding. Can you see it? This method is the wrapping round method, and most of the professionals, this is the method they use. And if they are used to this method, they continue to use it. So the reason why we bring different technique online is that you'll go ahead and try this method. Whichever method that is suitable for you, you can go ahead and start using that method. Yes, that is the reason why. For me, before I start teaching, I've never used this method before. I only came up and start teaching this method, but the method I use, I'm going to explain to you when I get there. So the method I've been using ever since, that is the method when I'm doing braid, that's the method I've been using, which is the natural and traditional method, securing it from the root, splitting the natural hair in three and install the hair. Right. So because this one we've just done now is the wrapping round method. Yes, of installing the extension. So I'm going to show you. Can everybody see it? This is the wrapping round method and it's well secured and it's one of the natural method of you installing your extensions. So now, before we go ahead, I've done one method from the natural and traditional method. Now I'm going to do one method for the rubber band method in case of those that are just beginning and they think, okay, how can I do this? I'm going to show you how you can get into this braiding so quick before you start learning all this method. So I'm going to go ahead. All you need for that method is you need a rubber band. Look at this rubber band. This method, you can start braiding immediately today, even if you don't know how to braid, by using this method. I'm going to just quickly show us, run it through how we can use this method in storing our braid with using the rubber band. So watch me as I do this method. So when we finish that method, we're going to go straight to the next method of doing the natural and traditional method. So thank you so much for everyone that is tapping. Let's keep sharing the video and tap. God bless you all for that. So let's go ahead and do this. At the end of the day, when we finish our lessons of showing you how to install the braid, I'm going to show you one method of how you can use the Brazilian wool to do. That will be the last thing I'm going to teach today. So stay tuned. You're going to learn. For those of us that doesn't know how to do braids, they will learn how to do braid. For those of us that want to learn some styles, they will learn how to do some styles. So let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to be splitting some of the hair, sections of the hair you're going to be working with. If you're joining me for the first time, you're highly welcome. If you're seeing me for the first time and you've not followed the account, thinking, okay, let me go ahead and follow, because you're going to get notification whenever I come live. You're going to get notification. So go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and follow the account. So now this is the hair up section that we're going to be working with. If you're watching me for the first time and you've not seen the rubber band method being done, let's go ahead. The comments are blocking. Oh my God, let me bring this one down. Let's bring the, I hope it's better like this. Can you see it? Let me bring, is it better? Please tell me on TikTok if you think the way I just reduce this. Yes, okay, you can see it very well now. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Let me bend this one down as well. Yeah, okay. I hope you are fine on and definitely a good explanation. So why do my girlfriend have it take 7 hours? My dad, Liam, yes, it's good because most people, they take too much time. There's a question here. Let me read it out. Liam Jones said, definitely a good explanation. So why do my girlfriend have it take 7 hours to get their hair done? Yes, I can explain that because when you're doing braids, it depends on the braider. Most braiders are fast when they're doing hair. If it's just one person that is doing the hair and the hair is very lengthy, Most times it can take 7 hours, 8 hours. It depends on the length of your braids. But then if it's not really lengthy and it's taking that hours, the braider too needs to speed it up their way, because you need to work on your speed. Speed matters as well, which we are going to come into that when you're doing braids. Which is the question. You say it took them 7 hours to do their braid. Yes, I will not deny the fact that braids doesn't take time. Braid is between, let's say, from 2 hours to any hours. 1 hour, it depends. If you want to cut the hair into 4 and braid it, it can take you 1 hour, 2 hours. It depends on the sectioning. It depends on how small you want your braid to be, or how lengthy you want your braid to be. If the braid is very lengthy, it might take the braider 10 hours, 5 hours, 7 hours. And that is the cases, is that some places where you go to have some support workers that are working with you, in the sense that when you install the braid, the other apprentices, they will take up and finish it up. So you stay lesser time than only one person braiding your hair all through. So that is it. One, if you're taking too much time in doing hair, you need to work on your speed. 2, if maybe the hair is long, it takes time, which I agree for that. So I'm answering the question of Leanne. Hi, Auntie. When are you going to hold in-person classes in London? Oh, don't worry. I'm going to do that. I'm still waiting for my little ones to, because I dropped my little ones to school. I won't have the ability to do that now. When they grow, when they go to high school now, then I'm be able to be mobile to go different places. You see me in London. I'll be going travel to different places to host some seminars and classes about hair. But for now, because I have little 3 ones that are in primary school, I won't be able to be moving around at this point. So that is why I come online to teach. When they get to that stage, I'll be able to do that. I would like to go to different countries to host seminars about braids, hair, and everything. Go UK, different cities, and host seminars, which is okay for me. But at this point, no, because I have little ones that are going to primary school. There's a question on TikTok. He was like, oh, can't I come to London? So I've answered that. So now let's not deviate more from our lessons. The more the questions come, Leanne said, my guest has her hair done every 6 to 8 weeks, different styles with braids, always a full day. Yes, that is it. If they are girls, it will take the full day, but not just one person. So thank you, Leanne, for contributing. I really appreciate you for the writings, and it will help other people to learn as well. For those of us that think that braid is just something that you just sit down and do for once, it takes time, between 1 hour to any hours, from 1 hour to upwards. So let's take it like that. So if you're going to do the rubber band method, all you're going to do is that split it up. If it's your first time, you've not done braid before, you don't know how to install it, the rubber band will help you to secure the roots of this hair. So let's go straight and do this method before we move into other methods of the natural and traditional method. This method is absolutely very simple, very, very simple to install. So all you're going to do, section the extensions that you're going to be working with. Go ahead and grab the extensions, which is this. This is my medium. It depends on you. You can decide to take the size of extension you want, which is going to work. Now, this is my own medium here. You go ahead and grab this. I'm going to section it into ratio 2:1, meaning that the one I have on my right hand should have 2 of the ones you have on your left hand if you split it up. Take this one that you have on your left hand, put it on one side, because now we are going to do the rubber band method, which is so beneficial for the new beginners, and is as well beneficial for some different styles we have to do when we're doing braids. So you go ahead, after sectioning the hair that you're working with, split it up into 2. Look at it. Split it up into 2. Go ahead and grab the middle of this hair. Look at it. When you grab the middle of this hair, place it right there in the middle. Place it right there in the middle. So look at it. When you place it right there in the middle, you go ahead and grab this little rubber bands. If you have babies and you want to start making their hair, please, I want to learn how to make cornrows. Please, Purity, please send me a message on my listen. I'm going to send you the WhatsApp number. I don't want to be calling numbers here, and I don't know how TikTok would feel about it. Send me a message on my bio, then I'm going to send you the number. Then you can be able to come into the WhatsApp group. They will take it off from there. So now, this is the rubber band. You understand? The rubber band comes in a lot. They come in different colors. If you want to use different color, that's absolutely okay. But this is black. All you can do is that take one of the rubber band and secure this hair. But for me, I don't do one of the rubber bands. What I do is that I double it. I don't want it to snap, so I double it. Take this natural hair, go ahead and just take it, split it into two, put the extension in the when you close it. When you close it, you use the rubber band to secure this. This method I'm showing you is very, very important for the new beginners that don't know how to secure the hair. Please go ahead and use this. You need your speed as well to work on braid. If you can start with this one, start working on your speed. Mama, why don't you do wig for me? Final boss, please, anything apart from this braid here, please send me message on my bio. We take it up from there, please. I'm going to respond each time I finish the classes. I just go on my bio and check which message that are there, so I respond immediately. So now you have this hair well secured with this rubber band. What are you going to do next? Go ahead and split this hair into two. Split it again and move it on both sides. Don't drag it too much, because the more you drag this hair, the more it's going to be tied to the root. We don't want it to be tied, because this method you can use on kids that are crying very much and they want to install their hair. You just put the rubber band in between, secure it, not too tight. This hair is well secured now. What we're going to do now, bring down this extension. Now at this point, you're ready to braid this hair. The hair is secured to the root. Where most people have problems about doing braid is securing the hair, because you need the braids to be tight from the root to be able to last for between 4 to 8 weeks. So now we are going to grab the other part of extension that is 2 times bigger, because we splitted this hair into 2. So now you're going to adjust. Let me make sure that this I'm adjusting the mannequin training hair to the position whereby I can braid this hair. Now you're going with your left hand. This is my left hand. Grab this extension. When you're doing the rubber band method, the natural hair only tends to be in the middle. Don't worry about it. I'm going to explain more why we are doing this. But if you have any question, keep it in mind. Go ahead and type your question. I was definitely hoping you could tell me I could be done cheaper. But Leon, do you live in Manchester? If you live in Manchester, please write me. Then we'll take it up from there. So now this is it. So when you have this extension, take it in the middle like this. Hold this with your left hand, thumb and index finger. Look at it. Hold it with your thumb and index finger. Take this one, place it on top of it. Look at it. Simple. New beginners can go straight away and start braiding with this method. So when you place it on top of it, now you have your extensions. You have the extensions on the right hand. You have the hair extensions in the middle with the natural hair. Then you have the extension on its own on your left hand. What are you going to do first? If you're the type that doesn't know how to braid, at this point, you're going to learn it in a sense that you take the one on your right hand. If you're a right-handed person, you go with it first. If you're a left-handed person, you start with your left hand first. So now, because I'm a right-handed person, we're going to go ahead and start with the right hand. Take this braids from my right hand and bring it in to my left. Look at it. When I bring it into my left, I just go ahead and support it with my little and pinky finger. Then I'll grab this one, move it to the right. Secure it with your thumb and index finger on your right hand. Grab the extension on the left hand, bring it into the right. Then you can go ahead and start braiding. Do you know how simple this method could be? See, I've started braiding this hair already. Even if you're a new beginner, you've not braided before, this method, you could be able to do it. Now, there's a point I have to raise on this place. As a beginner, if I ask you to start splitting the natural hair with this method we've done, it might unravel. At the end of the day, you'll not be able to do it. But at this point, leave it at this stage. Use your extensions to cover the natural hair and start braiding. When you try this the first time, you try the second time, and you'll be able to braid the hair, then you can now start splitting your natural hair into other hair. So let's go ahead and braid this. I've already covered my natural hair with the extension. Let's go ahead and braid this hair. I'm going to show you the result of it. So when you're using your extensions to cover natural hair, it's called tucking your natural hair in. Tucking it in. So you go ahead and do that and continue to braid. So when you, as a beginner, this method is very, very easy to get into. You see? So when you know how to do this, do it the first one, do it the second time, start practicing how your speed is, start practicing your braid. Most people don't even know how to braid like this. Bringing it from your right into your left, from your left hand into your right, then you go ahead and start braiding. So you learn it with this method. So for the fact that if you can do this, you find out that you start working on your speed. You see how my hand is going. That point, you get to that point whereby you can be able to be working on your speed like that. But as a beginner, what you'll be doing at first is that take it from here. Just be mindful and be careful of what you're doing. That is what you're going to be doing as a beginner. When you get to one point, you're not going to do this again, because the more you practice this, the better you're going to become. You're going to be doing it very quick and fast. So let me show you what we have achieved. We live in Ancoat. Are you about in Manchester? Yes, I live in New Mustin. Leanne Jones, I live in New Mustin. We are very close to each other. I know Ancoat. I didn't know. Okay, what I live in Ancoat. Oh, that's good. Leanne Jones, then send me message. I'm going to send you message there and give you my contact. Thank you so much. Can you see it now? Do you see how it looks? Rubber band method. Even as a new beginner, you could be able to do this. Thank you so much, Opulence, for liking the video. Mama J just joined. Thank you for everyone joining. God bless you all. Thank you, Leanne Jones. I really appreciate you on TikTok and YouTube. Look at, he's telling us everything about the hair because he's used to this braids we're talking about. Thank you, everyone. So now we've done this method. We've done the rubber band method, which is this. You can't even notice that it's a rubber band method because it's already covered with a rubber band. So as a beginner, you want to learn before doing other natural and traditional method. You can go straight and start with this rubber band method. It's going to help you to like practice on your braids, practice on your speed, then gradually you get into the natural and traditional method. So we've done the first one, which is the wrapping round method. I'm going to take you doing the 2 strands method. Let's go ahead and do the 2 strand method. If you have any question, please bear it in mind. Keep your questions. Type it on the comment section. I'm going to answer you. If you know you have not followed the account, please go ahead. If you have not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to the account so that you can get notification whenever I'm live. I'm always live 12 p.m. UK time to 2 p.m. Sometimes I come out 5 p.m. in the evening to 7 p.m. UK time. So I walk around like going to pick the kid off school. When I finish live, I'll go and pick them off school. In the evening, when they're back, we start live. So that is how it works. So now let's go ahead and do the 2 strand method. If you have any questions or have any problems about braids, please let me know. Let me know on the comment section before we end the video with the live section. So go ahead and keep tapping. Thank you so much. Let's move this like to 10,000 likes. Thank you everyone that is joining. Purity Gold, thank you for liking the video. God bless you for everyone supporting. So now let's go ahead. We're going to do the next one. The next method is a 2 strand method. From all this method I've been showing, you go ahead. You can try it as a beginner, somebody that is learning how to braid. But then all I would like you to do that after trying all those techniques and method of how you can install your braid, try to use one of the method. Don't use Auntie got some razzle dazzle and gift today. Were you at Oscar? No, I didn't go there. No, I didn't. So now let's go ahead. So now you are going to comb the hair. Always make sure you comb the hair. Then now go ahead and get your extension. This is the extension. Remember, when you're taking your extension, even if you're a new beginner, you hear me say, make sure that the extensions are equal. It will stand you out that you know the right thing and you know what you're doing. Because as a new beginner, most people, they are confused about the extension. When they take medium, they braid with medium. The next one, they take micro, they braid with micro. The next one, they take jumbo and braid with jumbo. No, it doesn't work like that. When you start braiding, make sure that your extensions and the sizes are the same thing all through. So note that point, and it's very, very important. So at this point, we're going to be doing the 2 strand method. When you say the 2 strand method, is there any machine that separates extension automatically? In the China, you know, those are those extensions. I don't really know about what they do with these extensions. I don't know, because they're the one that produces. My own is the end result, using it to braid. So I don't know how they produce these extensions separating it. But at the end of the day, if you want to split the extensions, you just use your initiative to know the size. Thank you so much, Mel. You say good morning, Grace. Mel, thank you for joining and God bless you. As you're joining, please put your hands on your phone and tap, 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 like the video, share the videos. You don't know who you're going to help by inviting them through. If you have not followed the account, go ahead and follow. If you have not subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. Thank you everyone for joining. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. So now we are going to be doing the 2-strand method. So when you say the 2-strand method, you don't need to, when you're doing the 2-strand method, you don't need to split the extensions at this point, but all you're going to do is making sure that the extension you take is the same size as the one you've been doing before. You don't need to split it into ratio 2:1 because we call it the 2-strand. This hair is going to make it the 3rd strand. Yes. So now I'm going to show you how this is done. You have different ways of doing the 2-strand method, but I'm going to show you the simple way of you getting into the 2-strand method. Take your extension, make sure you equate it. I didn't split it at this point. So when you're installing the hair, that is when you're going to split your extensions and then section it for all the natural hair. But if you know this method is not okay for you, you can as well use the wrapping round method. You can use the rubber band method. The last method I'm going to do is the method that is most people, they find it very difficult to install hair using that method, and which is the method I use. I'm going to show you the next one. So stay tuned and watch what I'm doing. So now this is the hair we're going to be working with. I'm going to be holding this hair with my left hand. There are other ways you can do the 2-strand method by holding your extensions like this, then you just grab it and install it. I want to show you the simple method of you doing this 2-strand method. So what you're going to do, thank you so much. What you're going to do is that you're going to hold this hair with your left hand. That's my left hand, holding it with the thumb and index finger. Take this extension that you're holding, go straight in the middle, place it right there. This is the 2-strand method. When you place it right there, you hold it with your thumb and your index finger. Now you have the extensions, you have your natural hair in the middle, and you have the extension. What are you going to do now? So we're going to start braiding this hair because we're using the 2-strand method. Take this one. If you're a right-handed person, start with the one on your right hand. You're going to braid. Thank you so much, Ifabuchi, for joining. God bless you. Yes. So now you're going to take this one from your right hand, bring it into your left. Look at it. Most people braid upwards, but now you learn how to do the below. Take it from this one, from your right hand, you bring it in. Support it with any of your hands there. I supported it with my pinky finger. Then you grab the natural hair, move it to the right hand, secure it with your thumb and your index finger. Take this extension on your left hand. You're welcome. Thank you so much. Move it to your right. So when you move it to your right, you start braiding. There you are, you have secured this hair. You have to be careful when you're doing the 2-strand method because you're using the natural hair. Sometimes it might not be so secured on the root. So make sure it's well secured. So when you do it to this point, bring the natural hair to the middle. So when you bring the natural hair to the middle, you're going to split the extensions at this point. Take the extension that you're supposed to split, bring it here. Take another one from the side here. Put it there. So automatically you have splitted the extension. Instead of doing it before, you do it when you're installing the hair. You go ahead and braid the first one. Let's go ahead and braid. So I'm going to braid this. So when I braid this, the next step I'm going to take is that because we are having the natural hair here, we're going to split that natural hair. So take some of the natural hair, give it to this one here. Then you take the other natural hair from this side, place it to this side. When you do it once, you just keep going and start braiding the hair. So at this point, you keep going now. Use your extensions to cover your natural hair and keep braiding. This is the 2-strand method. You see how simple this method could be when you're doing it here. There are different ways you can do the 2-strand method. So this is just the method I'm showing you, and very, very easy for you to install. Look at it. You just go ahead and start braiding. While your extensions are covering now your natural hair, you keep braiding. Let's go ahead and share the video. Share the video for about 5 or 6 people or 20 people from your platform. Like the video and go ahead and support the video as much as you can. So now I'm going to quickly braid this hair. So for the beginners, you might be thinking, when am I going to start braiding this hair very fast? Yes, you will. The more you practice, practice, the better you become. If you learn how to install this hair, please, if you don't have your mannequin training hair and you're the type that have passion for hair, go ahead and get your mannequin training hair. You buy one for yourself. That's the best gift you could do for yourself to be able to practice with. Like what you see me having here, we'll practice with all this one. Let me show you something. Look at it. So if you know you're here and you want to become a braider, what you're going to do is buy a mannequin training hair. When you buy it, fully braid this hair. Look at the way I fully braided this hair. So for me, braiding this hair fully, I have that assurance that when a client come to you, you'll be able to do something like this. But then if you're practicing it one after the other and you're not sure of yourself, please go ahead and get your mannequin training head, braid it fully, and you're happy with your handwork, start getting your clients for your hair. You earn a lot of money from doing this. Learn from YouTube will tell you how much it pays for the two girls every 6 weeks. Now let's go ahead and continue our training. So we've done the 2-strand method, we have done the wrapping round method, and we've done the rubber band method, which is the 3 methods we've done so far. So now I'm going to go straight ahead now to show you the method that most beginners find very difficult and they are scared of braiding. Some of them will just give up. No, I don't want to do the braids again. No, you have to learn it because we need, for those that have passion for it, you have to move on, keep going because we need more braiders. There's a time it will come now, we won't be able to do hair again. So we need more people coming to do hair, braid hair. So that is why I'm here. So just pay attention. I'll show you how the other method is done, which is the natural and traditional method, that the one that you can install directly from the roots, securing the hair. So now we are going to section the hair you're going to work with. If you have any question at this point, please go ahead and let me know your question by typing it under the comment section. If you know you want to join classes learn more apart from this braiding, send me a message. I'm going to send you the WhatsApp group whereby you can come in and tell me this is what if you want the beginners class, the intermediate class, or the advanced class, place you where you belong. But at this point, we'll come here all the time to teach you how to braid. You need it. Even if you're coming into the class, you need to learn this one. It's very, very important. Because everything you do with hair is that you start with this. If you don't know how to braid this, how can you do cornrow? Because before you start cornrow, the only difference is that this one is that you make it straight. When you're doing cornrow, you make it flat. By sectioning the hair into 3, when you're braiding, you start going in, adding up the hair, and you're braiding. But when you're doing this, you're making it straight. So if you're used to this one, you won't find it very difficult to get into cornrows, not at all. So now let's go straight ahead and do this one. Which is the natural and traditional method. You section the hair. No, I know that this hair is very fine. Look at it, but though, anytime you section the hair, before you install any extensions on this, make sure you comb that hair. Make sure you remove the knots and it. If not, when you install the hair, extensions into the hair without combing, when you're taking that hair off, you find out that you're losing your hair already. So you don't want to lose your hair because braid is a protective style. Please, let's continue. Okay, thank you so much, Ifabuchi. Thank you. God bless you for that. So now let's go ahead and grab this. This next method we're going to do is natural and traditional method, where most people find very difficult to install. But then watch my hand as I'm going to do it. You find it very, very easy to install it. And when you're working up to this method, for me, this is the method I use to install hair from time before I start teaching lessons like this. There are different methods, but the most important thing, it doesn't really matter the method you use in installing your braids, but the only thing that matters is that make sure that the root is secured enough, so that by the time the person you're doing their hair will not say, okay, this hair didn't last long because it's not well secured. Secured, I didn't say you should make it tight, because most people, their hand, when they braid your hair, you will not slip. We don't want that method. Secure the hair to the root, but not too tight. The ones that are too tight, you see that before you know it, the scalp is pulling up your scalp. And at the end of the day, you start finding out that your scalp will be inflamed. We don't want it that way. So now let's go ahead and grab this extension and show you how you can install this method. I'm going to brush this extension because it's a bit tangled. So if you're joining me for the first time, you're highly welcome. This is what I do online here. Just come in here, show you method and techniques of how you can do braid. I do a lot of hair, but then if you want to join the classes to know more, please send me a message on my bio, then we'll take it off from there. So now I'm going to section this hair. This is the hair we're going to be working with. We want to install this braid now, right from the roots. Section your hair, split it up into ratio 2:1, which I've already told you. Ratio 2:1 means that the one you have on your right hand, this one, should always be 2 times you have on your left hand. Can you see it? Should always be 2 times the one you have on your left hand. Take these smaller parts you have on your right hand, cross it, place it on top of it and cross it. So when you cross it to this point, we're about to install this hair. Can you see it? I'm going to install this hair in 2 ways. I'm going to be standing this way because normally when I do hair, I stand this way and I install the hair. Then when I install the first one this way, I'm going to get the same method. I'm going to turn in front of you and install it so that you can see my hands very, very well. No excuses for not knowing how to install your braids. Simple. So now this is the hair, well combed already. I'm going to be holding this extension. I use this method when I first learned how to braid. Oh, that's cool. Yes. So now the reason why we bring different methods, because most people, there are a lot of methods going on around. Don't be confused about it. So we show you that you can install hair using 9 or different methods to do it as far as the hair is secured to the roots. Yes. So now I'm going to be holding this extension on one hand. Can you see the way it is now? Most people, when they are installing, they place their extension. Look at the way I'm holding this extension now. Most people place this one, but I'm not going to go into all those details now because what I show you online, if you come into the class, you're going to learn different ways to install. But then this one, I'm going to show you how you can hold your extension on one hand, which is very, very important. Then you install it. So now this is my right hand. As you can see, my thumb and my index finger. I'm going to use my thumb and index finger to hold onto the strand. This is my left hand, thumb and index finger. I'm going to use my thumb and index finger on the left hand to hold onto that strand. Then this is my 3 other fingers on my right hand. Take it and place it there by supporting it. You make it firm. Can you see it? Please don't stop putting only emojis on the comment section. Type some word and add emojis to it, please. Don't let us get restriction. Please, let me even take it off. I don't want them to like restrict us. Move, where is it? How am I going to take away that comment? Delete the comment. I could have just deleted it. So, but just when you're typing, please, just before you put emoji, just type something before you put any emoji. That's how it works. Thank you so much for that. So now we are going to go straight ahead. As I'm holding this extension like this, you hold it very firm. So when you hold it very firm, you don't let go. Take your middle finger from your right hand, place it this way. You're only turning your right hand. Turn your right hand. So when you turn your right hand this way, bring your index finger out from here. Look at it. It will come out. So when it comes out, you adjust it. This extension now, you find out that the one that is lying on top of your index finger will be the hair you're going to pick first. Now, you will make it very, very easy. So now I'm holding my extension on one hand, thumb and index finger on my right hand. This is the hair I'm working with. So I'm going to use my left hand now to hold on to this hair. Take my index finger, just hold it slightly like that. You see the way I did it? One hand is working, everything is secured, nothing is unraveling. Then I'll now use my left hand to split this hair. Look at it. You split this one because automatically you're going to be splitting the natural hair into 3. Take one of this side first. When you take it, the next step you're going to take, drag this extension that is falling on your index finger on your right hand. Grab it this way. Bring it closer. Look at it. Bring it closer. So when you bring it closer, this is my index finger on my left hand. My index finger. See it shaking. Put that your index finger in between the natural hair and the extension like that. When you bring it, you now use your thumb. Look at my thumb at the back. Hold onto the hair. Then you release your hands. You free your right hands. So when you free your right hand, you now adjust yourself. Now at this point, now we're going to install the hair. Look at it. Go ahead and start braiding. So you do this. Take your index finger on your right hand, place it in the middle like that. You hold on to it. You grab it. You go. This look hard though. Don't worry, you get it. That is the reason why most people, they find it very difficult to do this method. The reason why we came up online is because of this method, to show you how it's done. But then I don't want to rush into it so that you will not get discouraged and run away from my live section. That is why we start with the rubber band method, with the wrapping round method and everything. So when you watch intently to my hand, you're going to get this method. Not just watching, practice it. So when you try to do it, you're going to get it definitely. So when you do that, you braid this hair. Braid it up to 4 times. You see, braid it up to 4 times. I'm going to flip my hands. Most people, what they do is that they braid upwards. If you're the type that braid upwards like this and it works for you, please continue. But if it doesn't work for you, you go ahead. At this point, you're flipping your hands. How am I flipping my hands? I'm holding this hair now with my right hand. Now I release my left hand. I'm now turn. Look at it. I'll turn my hands like this. Look at it. Do you see the way I've turned it? I've turned it because I want to be braiding downwards. I don't want to continue to braid this hair upwards. So what I'm going to do, I'll continue to braid this hair. Can you see it? You now turn it. It will make your work faster anyway. But for those of us that is braiding upward and it works for them, I'm not here to judge you or to tell you to stop the method you're using. No. But I'm just here to teach those of us that doesn't know, and if you're going to learn more of the techniques, which is fine. So you now go ahead and start braiding. Make sure that you use your extension. When you turn your hand, use your extension to cover your natural hair. Look at it. You turn it. When you turn it to the point whereby you can see it, you keep braiding. You see it? You go ahead and keep braiding your hair. The more you braid this way, the better you become. Yeah. The more you keep braiding, the better you become. Please, you need to practice. So it's not like watching my hands, because if you just watch my hands, you're not going to get it that way. You're going to get a mannequin training head. There's a mannequin training head. Don't use your children's hair to manipulate hair, because at the end of the day, when you learn how to braid, they will not want you to do their hair, because that hand you use in manipulating that hair is so painful for them. So when you get to know the hair, they'll say, "Mommy, I don't want you to do my hair. Take me to Auntie Grace. I'm Grace." Most of them will say that, "Mommy, don't touch my hair. Bring me to Auntie Grace," meaning that they don't want you to use that hand that you use in learning on their hair to continue to braid on their hair, which you have learned at that point, right? I'm not going to finish braiding this hair, leave it at this point. So I've shown you the method of you braiding this way. Then I'm going to show you the method of you coming this way so that everyone can be able to see it. I'll do the same thing again. If you're joining me for the first time, you're highly welcome. Let's give cheers to everyone that is supporting. Please, let's move this like to 10K like. Let's go ahead, move this like to 10K like. Look at our like, it's 6-7 now. Let's move it to 10K like. Thank you so much, and God bless you for doing that. Share the videos. You don't know who you're going to help by learning a skill. Skills are very, very important. Very, 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 especially this hair skill is good for every woman to know how to do hair. Because when you have your kitty, you cannot be running kitty up and down every time I want to take them to the salon. There are some things you have to do quickly for them. When you don't have time, you know you don't have time, you bring them to us. But then when there are some things you have to do yourself, you need to learn them. So now we're going to work on this one. I'm going to be facing this way while I install this hair for you. Then you can see my hand in 2 directions. So if you're joining for the first time, you're highly welcome. You have not followed this live, go ahead and follow. If you have not subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. It will give you that notification button when I'm live. You're going to see me that Grace is live. So now let's go ahead. Thank you everyone for joining. Thank you for tapping, and God bless you for that. So now let's go ahead and section the hair we're working with. For those of us that think, okay, if they will have a machine to measure this hair, no. You don't have any machine to tell you the size of extensions you're going to be working with. No. Either you have a rack. When you check in the showcase where this mannequin is, there's a rack there. A rack whereby you can go ahead and section all your extensions on the rack before you start braiding. So how can you identify the size of the hair you're going to be using? You feel it. You cannot count these extensions now. When we have Brazilian wool, they make Brazilian wool in a way that you can count Brazilian wool. But when you're doing the hair extensions, you cannot count this now. How long are you going to stay? What you're going to do is that you have your hair in bundles. You just go ahead and take it and feel it. Oh, like this one I've taken now. This is the size. Okay, let me go ahead and try another one. I've just felt it. I know the size I've taken. Then I'll take another one. I'll feel it. You see it? For me, when I'm braiding, I know the difference. When one is more bigger, when they give me that extension, I say, oh, this one that you've given me is too much. I just remove a little bit, slightly remove it. That is how it works. As the spirit leads. Okay, that's fine. As the spirit leads. Okay, accept that. So now let's go ahead and do this. So now this is the extension I'm working with. This is my own medium. You can choose to make your small extension, this one, to be medium. All that matters is that make sure your extensions are looking uniform when you're braiding. It's very, very important. So now we are going to split this one into ratio 2:1. So when you split it into ratio 2:1, meaning that this one I have on my right hand should always be 2 times the one I have on my left hand. Take this one you have on your left hand, cross it over. Look at it. When you cross it over like this, it's going to give you that 3 strands, because normally we do 3 strands. We use 3 strands for making hair. Look at this one now. It's giving us 4. That 4, the reason why this one is smaller is that you join the 2 smaller ones together to make 1. So now you now have 3 instead of having it as 4 strands. Can you see it? So now let's go ahead and install this hair. I'm going to hold the extension on one hand. To hold your extension on one hand is very, very simple. But my explanation takes me like 1 minute to explain to you. But if you're just doing it on a normal, if you practice it and you know how to do it, it won't take you seconds to do this. You just hold it, which is good. It's good. For most of us, they do this way. If you know that this way works for you, look at it. Some people do this way. They hold it in the middle, they place it, and they split it. For me, I don't do that. I'll teach you what I do. I can teach you that other method, but then what me I practice by doing hair is by holding my extensions on one hand and just do this. Very, very simple. Now I'm going to install the hair. You see now I'm holding the extension on my one hand. I'm going to come to this bit. I'm going to still repeat this natural and traditional method because this is where most people have problem. I want us to really be able to get it once that, okay, when I do this method, it's simple for me to do it. So you go ahead. Now that I'm holding the extensions on one hand, I will slightly open my thumb and index finger like this, head onto this hair. Just watch my hand. You intently watch my hands inside. So now when I do this, I'm going to use my left hand, split this hair, because automatically you're going to split the natural hair into 3. I've sectioned this part out. I'm going to grab this extension on this side. Take it. Then you take your index finger. Look at my index finger shaking. Can you see it? Place it in between the natural hair. Look at it. It's coming out there. And the extension. Then you go ahead and release your right hand, free your hands. Then you now go ahead at this point. Look at it. I want to install this hair now. We now go ahead and start braiding the hair. Look at it. You braid it 1, you do the 2nd, you do the 3rd, then you go ahead and do the 4th. Some people can do the 3rd and they stop. Then now you are going to flip your hands. See my hands now. I want to turn this braid. I don't want to keep braiding upwards. Some people will keep braiding upwards like this. No. You can do that if it works for you, but for me, I have to flip my hand. So let me show you how this hand is flipped. When you secure the head to the root, you come and turn your hands, turn the braids. Look at it. You turn it. So when you turn it, you now make sure that the braids, you're braiding downwards, not upwards. You go ahead and start braiding. So at this point, if you want to tuck the hair in, this is the point whereby you tuck your hair in and start braiding. Take your extension, cover your natural hair. When you place it in that position, it remains in the position. You keep on braiding. Joseph Poland. Oh, hello. Have a lovely day. Thank you so much, Joseph Pollard, for showing up. God bless you. Share the video, subscribe if you're not subscribed. God bless you for that. So now you're going to keep braiding the hair. You see what I'm doing? You go ahead and as a beginner, that is how you're going to gradually set your hands, be braiding it until you now become very fast to do the hair. The more you practice this hair, the better you become. Thank you, Flossie, for joining. Everyone that is joining, thank you so much and God bless you. So at that point, when you keep learning, you see your hand very soon will start going faster and faster. You start going faster like this. Sometimes you'll not be watching the hair, but you're still braiding because your hands is used to it already. How are you going to get to this point? You're going to get to this point by practicing, using your own hands to practice. You watch me, most people watch me doing it now. They're so excited. Oh my God, he's so easy doing it. You have to try it with your own hand. It's easy. The more you practice it, you get it. But if you keep watching my hands and you're not putting your hands on the hair, my dear, it's not easy that way. Don't assume it in your heart. Don't just assume. There are some things you watch people do. You say, oh, this is simple. It's simple. You assume it in your heart that it's simple in your heart, but you have to lay your hands on it. So now this is the result of it. Can you see it? This is the result. Very nice and beautiful. Secured to the root. That is the most important thing. Not too tight to the root, but secured. Not too tight, but secured. When your hair is properly secured to the root, it's very, very easy. You see it. So now, this method, I am going to repeat this method again before I will do now. If you have any question, please go ahead and ask me on the comment section. Most of us, thank you so much, Olivera Mabel, for liking the video. Thank you so much. God bless you. Everyone supporting. Please, let's put our hands together. Let's move the like to 10K like. We're 12 of us, yes. When the 12 of us put our hands here and like it, you see that we go up to 10K likes now. Let's do that. Thank you so much. God bless you for doing that. Let's do this test for everyone. So now, if you have any question, write it on the comment section. If you want me to repeat the rubber band method again, write it on the comment section. But I'll go straight ahead and repeat this other method while I'm waiting for your comments on the sections. So now let's go ahead, because at the end of the day, I'm going to teach you one method of knotless braid before we finish. And the last hair I'm going to do today, I'm going to show you one more stars that you can do with a Brazilian wool. Then we'll call the class a day for today. So now let's go ahead and section this. Put your questions on your comments on the comment section. If you have any challenge or anything that is bothering you about the braids, please let me know. Let's find out how we can tackle it and give you an answer to it. So now this is it. You section the hair. After sectioning the hair, always have a clip to hold on to the hair. Thank you so much, everyone from YouTube. Thank you so much, everyone from TikTok. Please, if you can show how to seal the end of the hair. Yes, okay, ma'am. Then we have to do that. Come to class tomorrow. I'm going to show you how you can end your braids. Maybe I'm going to do that with this hair. Then I'll now cut it and take it off. Yes, come tomorrow. I'm going to show you different ways of how you can end your braids, securing the end of the hair. So I'm going to see you tomorrow by 12 p.m. UK time. How do you keep braids same size? Yeah, how you can do your braids same size is by taking your extensions to become the same size. When you start braiding your hair, look at the braids now. Look at my braids now. I choose this to be my medium. Somebody is asking that question. How do you make the braid same size? Look at my braids now. I decide to make this braid a medium size. It can be smaller than this. It depends on you. But here in the Western world, because you're the only one braiding, most people don't have assistants. They don't go as small as. They just do medium to make it faster, between 4 hours to 7 hours. It depends on how fast you are to do your braids. So now, how you can keep it equal in the sense that when you're taking your extension, make sure that your extensions are normally the same size. This is how you can do it. Make sure that your extensions are normally the same size. When you feel it and you think it's too much, if you find it very difficult to take it the way I'm taking it in bundles, use your rack. Use a rack. Let me even see if I can. If you want your rack, let me see if I can pin the rack down. This rack, they reduced this price now to 18 pounds. See, look at what I just pinned down. That is the rack. You need that rack to be able to section the hair. But even if you're sectioning it on a rack, make sure they are the same thing. When you take this one, you feel it. I feel the size. Then you take the next one. Make sure that they are the same thing. You section it about 10 or 12 on a rack or the handle of the chair. Then you make sure that they are all equal. So when you start picking it one after the other to braid your hair. So that is how you make sure that the hair are the same thing when you're doing that. So let me go ahead and install this again. And I'll show you how you can hold your extensions on one hand. Please, if that is the only thing you can learn from me on this part, you've learned something. So it's make your braids go faster. Most people that install this way, it's working for them, go ahead. But then if you just split this hair into ratio 2:1, what are you going to do? Take the smaller part of the hair, cross it over to the bigger part. So when you cross it over to the bigger part, thank you so much, Delisa Thomas. Thank you so much. God bless you. So now I'm holding I've crossed this extension. The next step I'm going to tell you is how you can hold your extension on one hand. Go ahead and practice. Next, when we have our lessons again and you really want to hold this extension, you're finding it very difficult, get your extensions ready. When you get your extensions ready, when we conclude the lessons, normally I used to bring us up on the platform. So when you come up live, then you can show me the extension. Practice it. You make sure that you get it in front of us. It will help other people and it will encourage them as well. Thank you so much for everyone tapping. God bless you for that. Thank you so much. So now you're going to go ahead now. After crossing the extension, look at my extensions. Can you see how 3 of them is equal? So when you're doing your braids now, none of the sections will outweigh each other because they are equal strands. Can you see? So now you're going to go ahead and hold this one. Hold this extension with thumb and index finger. Thumb, this is your thumb, and this is your index finger. Hold it with your left hand. Thumb and index finger on my on my left hand. Hold it with this one. Look at the other strand that is left. This is my 3 supporting fingers. Take this other strand, place it there. So when you hold it like that, it will be firm. Don't make it wobble, because when it wobbles like this, you can't get it. Just make it a little bit firm. Now you take this one, your middle finger on your right hand, place it this way, turn your right hand. So when you turn your right hand, when you're turning the right hand, bring your index finger. This is my index finger. Bring it out from here. So when you bring it out, you're holding your extension really on one hand. You see this one here? The one that is lying on the index finger will be the first one that you're going to do. Thank you so much, everyone that is joining. If you're joining for the first time, you're highly welcome. Share the videos, like the videos. 8 points, something likes. Let's go ahead. We can be there. Let's move it to 10K like. Thank you so much, Ifabuchi. Thank you, everyone that is liking it. God bless you. If you just joined, you're welcome. Thank you so much. So now, this is the hair, well combed and everything. So we are going to install this hair while holding the extension on one hand. So now you're going to go straight ahead, bring this head. Watch my hands closely. When you're doing this method, you're going to watch my hands closely. Watch what I'm doing, so that when you're going to try your own, it won't be difficult. If you can know how to do this, my dear, you're free to go. You've already known how to install it. Other ones that you've learned, they are just additional methods for you. So now let's go ahead and install this. You're going to take, while you're holding your extension, you're on one hand. This is my thumb, and that's my index finger. Slightly open it a little bit like this. Use it to hold it on your, this is my right hand, and that's my left hand. So you're going to take your left hand, section this hair. Let's see. Let me make sure that we are seeing what I'm doing. Section this hair. Section it. So when you section it, look at it. You section it like that. When you section it, grab this extension that you're holding here. Grab it. Bring it to this part. Look at it. Then you take your index finger. When you have your index finger, go in between your index finger and your natural hair and the extension. You do that. Then you free this your hand. Go ahead and free this hand. So when you free the hand, you're going to go at this point now. Use your right hand to section this hair. Look at it. When it's like this, you start braiding. Pin it down. Go ahead and start installing the hair. Look at it. Start braiding. If you don't know how to braid on its own and you want to learn it, put it on the comment section. Maybe when we come tomorrow, I'm going to have like a 10 minutes class to show you how you can start your braids without the extensions. Yes, let me know. So now when you braid this point to this point, you can either go braid it 3 or 4 times before you flip your hands. At this point, I'm going to flip my hands. Look at it. Look at the braid. I'm turning my hands, meaning I'm turning the braid to the point whereby I don't want to be braiding upwards. I want to bring it down this way. Then you can't keep going and start braiding the hair downwards. Use your extension to cover your natural hair. It's called tucking in. Then you go straight ahead and start braiding. Can you see it? Let me hold on to this stand. Then you go ahead and start braiding the hair. You see, very, very important. For most of us that have passion to learn this braid, you'll be happy at the end of the day. Most people, they are only braiders. They only braid hair because they charge you a lot and they just go ahead and stick to braiding. If you're the type that want to stick to only braiding, go ahead, you're on the right track. If you're the type that wants to know more, go ahead, learn how to do your braids first. Start with that, start getting your clients, collecting your money. Then at the end of the day, gradually you're going to fit into other cornrows, Ghana weave, and every other things you want to learn. So now, this is what I have done now. Can you see it? Well installed, beautiful, root from the root, very, very okay. So now I'm going to go straight ahead and do one knotless braid for us. If you have any question, you go ahead and tell me on the comment section. If you're just joining me for the first time, you're highly welcome to the class. This is what I come online to do for 2 hours. My problem is the root, yes. And the more you practice Olivera, Mabel, the more you practice, the better it becomes. So I have videos that are going on there. That you know when I'm doing my videos, the cameras are dead straight to the root. You can just go ahead, get your this thing extension and practice. Play it again when I'm not live. You practice it yourself. The more you practice what I've told you, you're going to get it. You're going to get it definitely. Do it 1, 2 times. When it gets into your hands, that is fine now. You can go on and start doing them. Because if you're not practicing by yourself, it will not get into your hands. But the more you practice it, just do the right thing, it's going to get into your hands. Once you grab it and you get it, that is fine now. So keep doing it. Don't just relent it on that one that you've done. Keep going, keep going. Before you know it, you'll be a professional, pro. So let's go ahead. Let's move this thing to 10K live before I do the knotless braid. And the last one I'm going to end up with in this class is I'm going to show you one method that you can use in doing a Brazilian wool, a hairstyle with the Brazilian wool. I'm showing you one today before we end the class. So let's move this like to 10K. I'm going to be waiting. We have 13 of us. Put all your hands on your phone. If you don't know how to send the like, it's just holding your phone like this while you're watching me. Just put your hands, while you're just watching me, your hands is on the phone. It doesn't stop you. It goes like, let's move it to 10K like until we do the Brazilian. While I'm sectioning the hair for the Brazilian wool, I'm going to explain to you guys. I'm going to show you one method of doing a knotless braid. Sorry, I said Brazilian wool. One method of how you can do your knotless braid. I'm going to show you that method now. Then let's move it to 10K likes. Then after that, I'm going to show us one other style we can do with our Brazilian wool before we end the class today. That is all we do online here. Most people have graduated on this online. People have started making their money by coming here to learn online. It's very, very important. Whenever you found this, take it very serious. Listen, watch it, practice. Before you know it, if you're a quick learner, you're good to go. But if you're that type that need more attention and you need Grace attention, you're going to pay for my attention. DM me, write me and tell me, Grace, I've been watching you online, but I would like to be in your class. I want you to pay attention to what I'm doing. The beginners class are there, the intermediate class I have it running, and the advanced class. Let me know which one you are. I'm going to see what you have done so far and will place you where you belong. Thank you so much, and let's go ahead. While we are going, we have 800 more. Put your hands on the knife while I section. Let me bring a chair to section the hair for knotless braid. So now I just pinned down the rack. Thank you. I'm enjoying your teaching. Thank you so much, Choma. God bless you. So now the next thing we're going to do now, I know every one of us, even if you don't have a dining chair, you cannot afford a rack. My dear, look for a place and place your extensions. I only pinned it down. For those of us that can afford it, it's pinned down there. Please, do the wrap round again. Okay, don't worry, I'm going to do that. Let's go ahead and do one of the knotless braid. Then I'll show you how you can wrap your hands around. I've told every one of us, if you want to learn that, get extensions. Now, when we finish the lesson, we have like 10 minutes to talk, to interact. I'm going to bring you up. You put your camera up, get your extensions, show me how you're going to do it. Then I'll do it. Before you know it, you'll be able to grab it very quick. Yes, very important. If you're coming to class the next time, get your extension ready and you want to know how to hold your extension on one hand, I can assist you by you coming up online. While I'm holding my extension here, you're holding yours, you're going to do it, and you make sure when you get it once, that is just it. That is it. It's very easy. Most people do it the other way around, but then for me, I think it's faster for me. And what I know that is working for me, I have to bring it out to show you, and it will work for you as well. So now, with this one, the rack is there. Then let's go ahead and do this. When you click on that showcase, the shop there, you have all the materials that you need in getting into braiding. You want the stand is there, your mannequin training head, they have different types on the TikTok shop there. You click on it. Yes, thank you so much and God bless you. So keep tapping. Before we start, we'll clock 10K likes before we start our Knotless braid. Then I'll show you the other style. You'll be happy you did. Thank you, Shemiya. I said hi. God bless you for joining. Share the videos, like the videos if you're just joining. Thank you so much, everyone. I say thank you for all my fans and students on YouTube. I say thank you to all my fans and students in TikTok. If you have not joined the community yet, click on the community, join the community. That is what we do all the time here. Before you know it, you'll be surprised that, oh, you've started making money out of what you just learned online. Thank you so much, my Facebook fans. Thank you so much. And the students there, God bless you all. For those of us that watch the videos later, God bless you. So now, let's go straight ahead. I'm still waiting. We are having a few more to go to clock 10K likes. Please, let's put our hands. Thank you so much, Olivia, for everybody that is liking the video. Cheers and God bless you. So now this is the extension we're working with. While we're doing it, I'm going to start immediately. We get up to 10K. But just watch me and be doing what you're doing because you're watching me. So when you're doing your knotless braid, the difference between knotless braid and normal braid is that when you have to install your normal braid, you split the hair into two, cross it, go straight and install your hair. Then you have the knots on the root, but the normal box braid, you have the knot seen on the root. But then when you're doing knotless braid, you start with your natural hair. That is the difference. When you start with your natural hair, you start installing your extensions. That's how you do it. So now this is the extensions we're working with, and this is the size we've been using while we did our box braid. We're still going to use the same side, but the difference is that we're going to split this one into 6 or 7, or your required way of splitting. If you decide to split this into 5, 6, 7, it doesn't really matter. All it needs is just that you're going to install it. Mariana, thank you so much for joining. God bless you. Thank you so much. So now we are going to split this hair. If you have a rack, you're going to split it and split this hair on the rack. So, but I have my handle of the chair here. Go ahead, I ordered for my own rack. I'm still waiting for it to come. So now take this one, place it there. That's the first one. You take the second one, you section it and put it there. If you have somebody, most people when they're doing hair, they have somebody giving them the extensions. That is a plus. But if you don't have who will give you the extension, you rather use your rack. I've just pinned the rack down. For those of us that are braiders already, you need a rack. It's pinned down there. You just go ahead and get it from the TikTok shop straight away. So now I'm going to section this hair into 6. One more 100, then we'll start getting to 10,000. Then we'll go ahead and install our stuff. Thank you everyone for supporting, sharing the video, liking the video. God bless you for doing that. I really appreciate this community. I love you so much. Thank you so much for this. I really, really appreciate you all. Thank you. Now it's 10K. Hey, let's celebrate now. Celebration. Clap for them. That clap is too low. This clap, they need to make it more soundier. I don't know why this clap is very quiet. Let's see laugh. Yeah, this laugh, my laugh is not even talking. Oh, that's the laugh section. Okay. And let's clap again. Cheers is better. This cheers, the sound is really sounding nice. It makes sense. Thank you so much. And let's go ahead now and install our knotless braid. So I've sectioned this hair now. As you can see, we make it into 6 sections. Can everybody see it? I splitted it into 6. You can decide to split yours into 5. You can decide to split yours into 4. You can decide to split yours into 7. It doesn't really matter. I decided to split mine into 6. So now let's go ahead and install it. Knotless braid. The difference between it is that when you install the box braid, you see this knot underneath automatically, but when you're doing knotless, you're not going to see the knot. So let me show you how you can do that. I have videos that are going on already, a lot of videos. So if you see my pictures there, click on it. When you go into my page, you see videos that are there in case you want to practice these hairs on your own. While I'm not live, you can watch the video. They have titles there. How to do your knotless braid, how to do your box braid using the rubber band method. Everything have title on it. It will just guide you to the point whereby you're there watching it and at the same time practicing. It will help you. So my videos are more well explained and you can understand it. I make it in a way that you can understand. Even the babies, everyone can understand that video. So now let's go ahead and section the hair we're going to be working with now. So thank you so much, everyone. I really appreciate if you're joining me for the first time. You're highly welcome. Pam, Omar, Deborah just joined the live. You're welcome to this live. This is what we do. We have fun making braids, and at the end of the day, it will end to making money out of it. You don't know what you're doing if you don't know what you have done to yourself by learning how to install this and perfect yourself in doing braids. When you start making your money out of it, then you now say, hey, remember Grace? So right. So now let's go ahead. This is it. You go ahead and comb the hair out. At this point, if you're the type that when you're doing your knotless braid, because you're doing your natural hair, you have to get something to just lay smoothing the root of the hair, which at the end I'm not going to add it to it. If you're doing yours, go ahead and add it. They have different brands. This jam, the Shine and Jam have different brands, but this one I've taken over everything. They have different brands of it. So let me open it. It looks like this. You see, you just take part of it and add it to the hair before you start adding your extension, before you start braiding. But I'm not going to add it because we're using this hair for training tomorrow. If I add it now, I'll start going to shampoo the hair all the time. And no time for that. So now let's go ahead. I just explained to make sure you know the right thing in case you have to do it by yourself. Go ahead and get one of the products and add it to it, smoothing it before you. So now we have it now. You're going to split this hair. I'm going to start the knotless braid now. Split this hair into 3. Look at it. Split it into 3. Let's move this ones to this side that is blocking us. That is the reason why we have clips. When you're doing hair and you think they are disturbing you, take your clips, move all this one to one side. Let them give us way so that we can be able to see what we're doing. So now you're going to split this hair into 3. Look at the normal hair, split it into 3. I'm going to split this hair into 3, yeah? Then you start braiding down. If you don't know how to braid without extension, please put it on the comment section. Let me know. I'll choose a day and I'll come and show you how you can braid hair without extension. Simple way you can just start. So when you split it into 3, start braiding the hair. I've braided it. I'll braid like twice. It's okay. Then you pick the first extension. So when you pick the first extension, take it this way. I'm going to show you 2 ways. That 2 ways you can be able to capture how to do both of them. So take this one, put it on your index finger. See my index finger? See the extension? Place it on your index finger like this. Take your thumb, go in between the hair and separate it. When you separate it, it will make it look firm. Look at the way I'm holding it, it's firm. Then you come right to your left hand while you're holding the hair after braiding sections. Go in your thumb and index finger, place the first extension. Look at it, put it there. So when you put it there, you braid down the first one. There are 4 methods I did on the video, but I'm going to be showing you 1 method. And this 1 method comprised of 2 methods. So now you take it this way, bring your hands, let's push it closer. It's like this. Take it and put it in between your index finger and your thumb. The next one I've gone in. This is number 2. Then you go ahead, grab the 3rd one. You know we splitted this hair into 6. You do the same thing. You go ahead and do it. So now I've added 3. With this method, you can be able to use this method to add up the 6 extensions. But then I'm going to show you another way you can do it. Let's do 2 in 1 with this. That is what most people do. So at this point, you're going to flip your hands. So when you flip the hands, you come to this point. So now this is the 3 braids. I want to show you how you can add the next one, next 3 of the extensions. Take this one now. See, take your thumb and index finger, hold onto the hair. Take this first one, go it round your index finger. When it goes round your index finger, you use the other hands, middle hands, to support it. Then you create a space here. Look at it. That space here you're creating is a V1. Take the next extension. I hope you're paying attention. If Abuchi, please learn this out. I want you to do this knotless braid and show me. You know what we discussed. Just go ahead and try this knotless braid, because most people want to do knotless braid. So now you go ahead and put it there. When you put it there closely, you install the first one. So when you put it there, you see that it's seamless. You're not going to be seeing, let me remove those hair. You're not going to be seeing where I joined this hair. You take the next one. When you take the next one, do the same thing. Bring it closer there. When you bring it closer, you go ahead and braid it down. Then you do the next one. The last one is what I'm going to install. I hope everybody can see it. Take this other last one. Take it, move it closer. When you move it closer, you go ahead and install it. So now this method, the second method I just used in installing this, that is the method you use in adding up extension. In case you're braiding and your hair is going down short and you want the extension to be longer, this second method, you can use it to add up hair and extend it. Okay, ma, but I'm still confused. Don't worry, if Abuchi, you're not going to be confused. I want you to do it and send me on the WhatsApp. Or any day you're free, you call me on the WhatsApp, you're going to do this. So now you go ahead and start braiding. You go ahead and start braiding. So with this method, we have 4 different methods you can use in doing knotless braid. 4. This is the last one I used to do, but this last one comprises of 2 methods. Yes, it comprises of 2 methods. Then at this point, if you want to hide your extension, this is where you are going to hide it. But if the color of your hair are the same thing, really you're not going to notice it. But now I'm using a gold and a black. I just go ahead and tuck it in by using my extensions to cover the natural hair. Then you go ahead and keep braiding until you finish braiding. What is the difference between knotless braid and the normal braid? The difference is that when you're doing your normal box braid, you split it into 2 and install it directly to the root. But then when you're doing knotless braid, you start with your natural hair and start adding up the hair bit by bit until you finish adding up the hair. Then you start braiding. I'm going to show you the result. For any of us that have any question, if you have any question, please put it on the comment section. Let's see what the time is. We have 1:35. Can you see it? Look at the difference. This is your knotless braid. You see, when you're adding up the hair gradually, it started building up gradually. This is your box braid. Let me release this one. Then show you the difference. Show you the difference. Most people, they want you to do their hair. So if you're learning braids, you need to learn braids. When they come, they say, please, can you do me knotless braid? Don't come and be there and say, oh, I don't know how to do it. You learn it and you do it at the same time. So I did this one. See, look at the braids. Look at the normal box braid. See, there's a knot under this when you install it. Look at the knotless braid. It's seamless. There's no knot because you started with your natural hair. Can you see the 2 different things? And now look at the braids, because you start adding up hair gradually. The hair start building up until you finish your braids. You see how, there's the only difference is the starting and the roots of it. But apart from that, you still need to braid the hair. You still need to know how to braid hair, and your braid should be smooth enough. Can you see how it is? Very clean and neat. So now if you have any question, put it on the comment section. If you're clear with this, we have other methods like this method I just installed now. The first 3 ways I installed that method, you can use it to complete your knotless braid. The second method I just did, you can use it to complete your knotless braid. And there's another method. There's 4 ways to do this method 4, and they will all give you the same results. If there's any question on the comment section, please let me know. But apart from that, somebody said I should show them how we hold the extensions on one hand. We'll do that. And the last thing we are going to do in the class today is showing you a method of what you can do with a Brazilian wool, another style you can do with Brazilian wool. All this method, you go ahead and go practice them. The more you practice, the better you become. Thank you so much, Sugar Nights. Thank you. God bless you for you coming and supporting this life. God bless you for supporting the life. If there's no question, tomorrow we have class, you know. So when we have class tomorrow, I'm going to show you how to end up the tips of this hair. Somebody asked already in different ways. You can put it in hot water. I'm showing you that. If we have enough time, then we'll go ahead and do practices. But if we don't have enough time, then we'll move it to the next lessons. Yes. So now I'm going to show you. Now, if there's no question, or let's go ahead and do this is Brazilian wool. For those of us that doesn't know what Brazilian wool is, this is Brazilian wool. This is Brazilian wool. Where is that thing going now? Oh my God. This is Brazilian wool. Can you see it? Look at it. Brazilian wool. So the difference between Brazilian wool and the normal extension, most people don't know the difference. There are some hair you will see is done with the Brazilian wool. There are some hair you will see is done with the extension. Let me bring it closely to the camera. The difference between this Brazilian wool and the old wool we normally use. Look at the old wool that we normally use to install the hair. The difference between this one stays in the middle of it. Look at the old wool. Look at the Brazilian wool. Look at our extension. This Brazilian wool stay in between the extension and the old wool. It's more finer. Look at this one. Wool of knitting sweater. This one attracts dirt. When you do this hair with this, it attracts dirt. You know, when you have your wool clothes, sometimes you see all the white things that comes on it. That is what this does. Even if you use it to do hair, you find out that it attracts dirt. But the way they modernize the Brazilian wool, you find out that when you do it, it doesn't attract dirt like that. It's in between the extensions and the old wool. Yes, that's a little explanation I can do for that. So now let's go ahead. You see what the Brazilian wool is. Now we are going to show you how you can do different styles with it. The last time we did about 5 styles of it. Today I'm going to show you one style that you can do with this, with the Brazilian wool. We are going to do it at the back of this hair. I'm going to do it at the back of this hair so that we can be able to, or do we do it in the front? Do it in the front. Kalina Brown, say hi. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you, everyone. Let me see the best way to do it, whether in the front like this. Let's do it in the front so that we can be able to see. You know, positioning yourself in the camera when you start like this sometimes is another thing. For you to be able to see it, that is the reason why. So now let's go ahead and hold on to this. Let's do that one style. If there's any question for what we've done so far, let me know. If we don't have time, we'll move it up to the next class. Yes. So now let's go ahead. I'm going to section this hair I'm going to be working with now here. I'm going to be sectioning that hair there. I will send a video of this thing so that in case you didn't catch it up live here, you watch the videos to be able to get this one. So now with this, what next we're going to do? This is the extension I'm going to be working with. This is the Brazilian wool. You see Brazilian wool? Let me change this hair to the mannequin training hair, please. For those of us that want to get one. Is there. This, when you go to the amazing class, thank you. You're welcome. Thank you so much. Nomf and Brinda, you're welcome. Thank you so much. I've pinned down the mannequin training hair. When you go into the shop, you see this one. This one has 8 inches. It's like afro. Me, I like this hair because it's so natural. The other one is there now. It's so lengthy. Where is it now? This type I just pinned down. I have it. Let me bring it and show you before we do the last hair. Look at it. The mannequin training hair I just pinned down now. This is it. So if you want to go for it, I think the price there is about £14, but this one is about £25. They are all there. So any amount you can lay hold on something to practice with, it should be a plus for you. Just go ahead and get it. It's a gift that you will never forget to bought for yourself. So now let's go ahead and do this one. So I'm going to grab the Brazilian wool in this sense that if you want to count the Brazilian wool, it's easier because the way they've designed it, you can count it. You know the strands. But for me, I'm just going to grab it. So if you're doing this style I'm going to be showing you, and you want to count the amount to use on one, it's easier with the Brazilian wool. But for the extension, it's not easy to count the extensions. So now I'm using this now. So let's go ahead. When you grab the Brazilian wool, cut it to your desired length. Cut it to the desired length you want. This is the length I have. Then later you make sure they are all equal in the middle like this. So the next step you're going to do, split this hair into two. If somebody can remember this method that we use when we are doing a rubber band method, no rubber band, no crochet, that's the method we are going to use in doing this hair now. So that is the reason why when we are doing hair here, if you're learning it from the beginning, you think it's not going to be important. When you're really into hair, it's really going to be important. Can you please tag the one you are braiding on? Tag the one. Okay, the one I'm braiding on. Okay, let me put it on. Let me put this one on. Let me put this one I'm braiding on. Oh, they reduced the price to $24.47 now. I've pinned it down now. I'll just pin that one down. This one I'm using on now is this. It comes like afro. The more you comb it, the more it releases. Look at it. You can even iron it. Yeah. So it's really, I really like this one. So I use this. The other one, I have all the mannequin training hair here. So my preferable is this one. I need to take this one off. My best one is this one. I need to take this hair off and start using it. So now let's go ahead and do this. So when you have the hair like this, you're going to split this hair into two. Look at it. Split it into two. Take your Brazilian. This is a style you can do with your Brazilian wool. Hold it like this. When you hold it this way, place it in the middle. When you place it in the middle, what are you going to do with it now? Go ahead and braid this down. This method is one of the methods we use for the beginner's method, which is one of the methods from the rubber band method, but you don't use rubber band to do it. What you're going to do after putting this in the middle, you're going to split this hair into three, then you braid it down. Braid it down. Watch what I'm doing. You're going to try this method as well. You braid the hair down. Look at it. In the middle, you just braid it down. Go ahead and finish up the braids. If you don't want to finish it up, fine, but let's just go ahead and finish it up. So when we finish it up, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with this Brazilian wool in the middle. So now you have it this way. Take this one on top of it, bring it down. So when you bring it down, watch what we are going to do now. You're going to hold onto this hair, the extension, grab some parts of this. Look at it. When you grab some part of it, you go ahead and secure this hair. Use the extensions to cover the natural hair you just braided like that by folding it this way. Take this part of it. Go ahead. Let me add a little bit more to it because I'm going to use this to continue the style we're going to be using. Why is it moving? Oh no. Let's make sure it's nice and neat. So now you're doing this. Take this one, start plaiting it from the roots. So when you see, I did the first one, not too tight though. When you do the first one to the root, take the next one and place on top of it. Don't put it on top of it. Don't go to the root again so that it won't be too tight. So the next step you're going to do, roll this one. Look at it. Now after securing it, you're going to roll this as if you're going to be twisting. You go around this way. Can you see what I'm doing? You go around this way. You see it? You go around of it. You go around this way. Very, very nice hairstyle. If you complete this hairstyle on it with this Brazilian wool, you see that how beautiful this hair will look. Let me take this one off. All the short one. We want our hair to look very, very neat. You go ahead and do that. Roll it like this. Then you start twisting it onto it. Roll it and put it onto it. If you're joining me for the first time, you're highly welcome. We're going to see this style I just did now. Very, very nice style. Your hair is secured underneath. Beautiful. You keep rolling. Now, I've gotten to a point where I don't want to continue. You go ahead and grab another section of it. Make sure that when you're taking it, you know the amount of this one that you've taken before. We don't want the rolling to be too different. You go ahead and roll it. Start plaiting again. Roll it down. Go ahead. Use this extension to cover it. You go ahead, roll it, you do that. See, you know, when you're doing styles like this, you don't do too much. I love your class. I will. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. If you have not followed if you have not followed the live, please go ahead and follow the live, because when I'm coming live, you're going to get notification that Grace is live. Oh, so let me go ahead and show you. When you go home, you're going to do this. You see all those methods I'm teaching you from the beginning, beginner's method. You think it's not useful? It's very, very useful when you're getting into hair. You will meet all those levels. When you're doing different styles, you're going to meet it. But if you don't know how to do it, how would you start? So whenever we are coming online to teach, then when you stop there, you go ahead and grab another section again until you reach the desired length that you want to do. Let me go ahead and take another section from here. You see, the same, you explain things too well. I'm still learning, and I have some Brazilian hair. We'll try it. Okay, thank you so much. So now you go ahead and take the next one. You do this. You see, this hair is so beautiful. The hair is so, so beautiful. You roll it on until now. If you're doing it, you just reach your desired length, you cut it. Let me be quick with it. For those of us that are joining us for the first time, you're highly welcome. You see, very, very nice hair. If you complete this hair on your hair, my dear, you see the difference. The hair is beautiful. You keep going. You keep going. You keep going. You keep going. So the last bit, we are going to take some. You see, from the last bit. Can you make Nigeria Didi? Oh, yes, I do all those things. Please join the class. So all these questions people are asking, I come here to teach braid. Join my classes. Just send me message. I'm going to take you up on the beginners class. Then we'll do all those things. Whether DD, whether cornrow, everything you want to do. I know how to do all that, but I only specialize coming here to teach us braids for free. Yeah, for this 2 hours time I have, I just bring it in to make sure that we know how to braid. And this braiding section is very, very important because you need it. Even if you're coming to the class, you need your braiding section. So you go ahead and keep doing it. Let me make sure that you're seeing it. I can stop at this point if I don't want it too long, because when I'm doing other ones, you make sure that they're on the same side. Let's stop on this. Let's stop this point. It's okay now. Then you just go ahead. When you get to this point and you want to stop, what you're going to do, take this. Okay, take 1 or 2 strands of it. Look at it. Then you start plaiting it. Plait it. Make sure that it's tight there. Then you secure it. Secure it at this point. You secure it. So when you secure it, I'm going to secure it very, very well. Then you go ahead and do what? And tie it. Let me just go ahead and tie it one more time. Then I'll cut it. You cut it. Where is the scissors? I have my scissors. Okay, you take your scissors. I'm going to show you the result of this hair. You take your scissors at this point and cut it. If you have the lighter, you're going to gradually use your lighter. Just burn it. Because I didn't bring the lighter here. You know your lighter, you just light it up, or a candle. Don't hurt yourself, please. Just use it to burn it, and that is it. So now this is the hair. Can everybody see it closely? Can everybody see what we have achieved with the Brazilian wool? If you know you have Brazilian wools at home, go and try this hair. This hair is beautiful. Summer is even coming. You can do this round all your hair and you don't do too much. You can do like 20. You know, when you section the 20, all of them will stay, or like 30, they will stay like, do the length that they will all be equal, like a bob style, or you want it lengthy. You see how beautiful it is. So this is another thing, a style you can do with your Brazilian wool. Check it out. Check it out. You're twisting it on top of it. You go ahead and twist it on top of it. Fresh. For everyone that is joining now, we have like few minutes more. If there's any question, I'm going to be bringing us up now. If you have any question or you want to say anything about this, or you want to try hold it. Okay, somebody said we should try and hold the extension. Show them how to hold extension on one hand. Let's do that last while I'm bringing us up. Okay, let me just do it so that in case the video comes out, I can send it. So now you take your extension. When you take your extension like this, you want to start holding your extensions on one hand before you braid. This is how it works. You take your extension that you're going to be working with, split it into two, into ratio 2:1. When you split it into ratio 2:1, the one you have on your right hand should be 2 times the one you have on your left hand. Let's share it into 3. Ratio 2:1 means that when you share things into 3, you give to your left hand 2 times, then you give to your right hand 1. So take that one on your right hand that is smaller, cross it over. When you cross it over this way, it's going to look like this, very, very equal. Look at it. Because we need 3 strands of extension to start installing our braid. So that smaller ones, when you add the 2 smaller ones together, it will equate one of the bigger ones here. You understand that mathematics? All those maths they used to give us in class that time, you'll be thinking, how is this in? Practically, it's simple. So now let's go ahead. Now you want to hold your extensions on one hand. This is it. This is my right hand, thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and little and pinky finger. All this finger we use in doing our hair. We use these nails, fingers, phalanges to do our hair. They are all the same. So what you're going to do, take the thumb and index finger on your right hand, hold on to this. Take the thumb and index finger on your left hand, hold on to the other strand. Then the other hands, look at my 3 supporting fingers is here. Take it and hold onto this, drag it like this and hold on to it. Then you make it firm. So when you make it firm, take your middle finger on your right hand, place it like this. When you place it like this, turn your right hand. I'm turning my right hand. You only leave your left hand the way it is, like this. Turn only the right hand. When you're turning the right hand, bring your index finger out from this extension here on your left hand. Then that is it. You flip it. Then the one that stays on top of this hand, look at it. The one that is lying on this first extension that is lying on your index finger will be the first thing you're going to grab. Let's say for instance, this is the hair we want to install now. You are going to go ahead. This is the hair we are going to install with this extension you're holding on one hand. Look at me, I'm holding on one hand. You go ahead, open this place a little bit. Hold it like that. Use your left hand, section this hair. Look at it. When you section it, because you're going to automatically split your natural hair into 3. When you section the first one, this hair that is lying here, bring it closer. Bring it closer. Look at it. I'm holding it. See my index finger on my left hand. Take that index finger. Make sure when you're splitting the hair, is sectioning that hair into 2. You're putting your hand in between that extension. You go ahead and hold it. When you hold it with your thumb like this, this is when you're going to release your right hand. Then you come here and install your extension. This method is what people find very, very difficult, especially this part I'm doing. When you secure it about 3 or 4 times like that, most people will keep braiding upwards. Some people like braiding upwards. They go like this. Chan, chan. Some people, that's how they do their braids. My dear, if it's working for you, go ahead. But then what you're going to do is to flip your hands. When you install the hair, flip your hands. It's faster. You just go ahead and do this. And it will make your braids look neat. When you flip it, you'll be able to tuck in. Look at this. When you flip it, you do this. Then you start braiding. Turn the braids. Make sure that extensions are covering the natural hair. Then you go ahead and start braiding the hair. Can everybody see it? You see the difference. You see the difference now that I turned my hand and the time we were braiding upwards. You see the transition there. You see the difference. Let me show you. You see the transition. So it's better if you're learning, you think that one is working for you and is working, go ahead. But if not, learn to flip your hands. It will help you. So now look at the braids now. I don't want to finish it up. We don't have time. See where I was braiding up. Look at my braids up to here. Look at where I flip my hands. Look at it up to this point. You see the difference? Why your natural hair will be showing you won't be able to tuck it in while you're doing upwards. But if you flip your hands and do up downwards, you'll be able to flip your hands and be able to make sure your braids look nice and more professional. So let me start bringing us up. We only have a few minutes to interact. If you know you're not joined this community and you're interested, please go ahead. I'll invite some people. I just throw out the invitation right there. If you're interested to come up, you have anything to say, you have any questions at this point, let's take 10 minutes question before we call the class close for today. Then we'll see tomorrow. Yeah. So normally this free classes run 12 p.m. UK time to 2 p.m. Let's go ahead. If you know you want to come up, please go ahead. I'll send invitation. Just accept it and come up. But if none of us is coming up, that is it for today. If you know you don't have any questions, that is absolutely okay. But if you have any question, accept the invitation. Come up. Let's discuss. I just threw out the invitation. The first 8 that will accept it, that's only what the platform is going to take. I think it's first 6 or first 8. Okay, let's go ahead. If you have any question, any contribution, let's put the microphone off. Okay, yes, that's good. Thank you so much for that. God bless you all for everyone supporting us to this point. Let me make sure that let me expand my own frame. Yes, okay, that's fine. So that we can see what we do. If you have any question, if you know you're going to try the Brazilian wool method, you go ahead. This is really nice. This is absolutely beautiful. When you're not finished, it looks like twist. So any question, if you have any question, you say, baby, and what is it called? You say, baby, do you have anything to say? You go ahead. But if we don't have, that is the end of the class today. We'll find ourselves. Do you have anything to say? If you have any, I think network is throwing us out. Is it Adeola? Adeola, do you have anything to say? Any contribution? Any question? Please go ahead. And water barrier tarot. Can you stitch braids as well? Okay, if you know, and water barrier tarot said, thank you for the amazing classes. My skills have elevated by watching you. Oh, thank you so much for that testimony. Water barrier said, can you stitch braid as well? Come into the class so I can send videos of all those things. All these videos I'm going to send in, but I only teach braid online. I'm going to send in video for stitch braid, everything on my platform that you can watch it well explained. Well, apart from that, we just do anything related to braids online. But if you want to join the classes, please let me know by sending me messages. I'm going to send you the WhatsApp number group. How can I join? How can you join? You just go on my bio, send me message that I want to join classes. Then I'm going to send you the WhatsApp group. From there, we'll interact. You know where you have to belong, whether the beginners class, intermediate class. You tell me what you can do. Then we'll know where to put you, or whether the advanced classes. Odukoya just joined. Sheun, thank you so much for joining. Any contribution, Adeola or baby? I can't see the full thing written on there. If you have anything, any question, please let me know before we end the class. Oh, good afternoon, ma. How are you?
Thank you. I think your class is very explanatory. I just want to ask about the manicure. Does it have stand alone?
Oh no, you have to get the stand. Okay, let me show you what the mannequins comes with.
Okay.
Let me explain what the mannequin comes with. Normally, if you have a flat table in your house, thank you for asking that question, because if you have a flat table in your house, this is the box for the mannequin, right? It comes in the box like this. So if you have a flat, this one is ripped up. If you have a flat table in your house, it as well comes with this. Look at what it comes with. So now that flat table, if you have a flat table, you go ahead and screw this flat table. Take this and this place on your flat table, then you screw it up. It will hold on to the flat table. Then you take this, your mannequin that comes with it. Look at it, you place it like that. Can everybody see it?
Yes.
It goes like that, then it goes on the flat table. For me here in this house, I don't have anything flat table. My dining table is not flat. It's not the type that have a flat place. So that is why I'm working with a stand. So that stand, if you're buying the stand, you have the stand separate as well, because the stand comes with the same nozzle to fix that hair. Do you understand? So it's removable. One stand can serve if you're not using it for training or anything. When you finish with the mannequin, you just take it off or put it. If you're doing wig or anything you want to do with the hair, the stands can help you. And this one here is adjustable in a way that you can adjust. If you're sitting down, I can sit down and be practicing. I can stand up and be practicing. So it's adjustable. So if you know you cannot afford the stand at this point, the mannequin training hair comes with, it comes with this. It comes with this nozzle that when you put it on, you're going to screw it on the table and you go on and start using your for training.
Okay, because the reason why I was asking is the one you tagged, when I clicked on it, they didn't write it in the description, maybe as a clamp or anything.
No, normally all of them comes with this. Okay. All of them comes with this.
Okay.
They all come with this one. All of them come with this. So it's up to you to be able to. And when you're buying your stand, because normally that is why I clip some of the things that are really important to this class so that you can be able to get your stuff. There was a time before I start making training, I went to get a stand. If you didn't ask the measurement, I bought this one from, I don't want to mention shops names now or platforms because I don't want anything for them to know, like TikTok, they don't want you to do all that. So now you see this one, I thought maybe I was buying the adjustable stand because the price was a bit lower. I went and purchased this. This is just what you use in displaying maybe wigs, or you can still use it for stand, but it doesn't stand that much. When you place it on the table, it's not ideal anyway because sometimes it will be shaking while you're practicing. So the best thing is get adjustable stand, or if you have a flat table that you can clip these nozzles on, you just go ahead and use that. So while you're buying, be careful because you need to read it. Read the description if it's adjustable. I didn't read it, but I was just focusing on the price. I went and purchased these small ones. It doesn't even make, I don't use it. You see how it's lying down here, not being used. Because when you place it on the table and you're practicing, it will be shaking. You can't use it for anything. You can only use it for display. Just put something on top of it and that's it. So either you get the mannequin stand with the training head. Thank you for your answering. Thank you so much. So if there's any other question, thank you, Adeola, for asking that questions, and God bless you for that. If there's any other contribution or any question, please let me know. If you have any other contribution, but apart from that, this is the end of the class for today. If you're watching me from the For You or you're hearing me for the first time, you have not followed the platform, please go ahead because it will give you a notification whenever I'm live. I always come live 12 p.m. UK time to 2 p.m. or 5 p.m. UK time to 7 p.m. in the evening, because the reason why I do that is that to catch up with those that the time, the region and the time difference. Most people by this time, by this 12 o'clock now, it's very early, maybe about 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. They can't stand up and be doing hair at that point. So when you come around 5 p.m. UK time, it will be like 12 or something in their own time, so it will be comfortable for them. That is why I interchange it, because normally I used to come only 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. UK time, but now I'm not interchanging the times. So if there's no other question, thank you everyone for joining. Thank you, Karina Browns. Thank you, Waterbearer Tarots. Thank you so much, everyone from YouTube, from TikTok, and from Facebook. I really appreciate everyone that have joined today. If you have any question, you can always ask me your question on the comment section. If you want to join the classes, let me know, whereby I can pay attention to what you're doing. But apart from that, everything we do online here. If you're a sharp learner or you want to learn only braids, you're good to go, because we do everything that you require online here. I explain everything to you, which is well explained. Most people, they just want to do only braids. They don't want to go into the branches of others. They just want braid. So if it's braid that you want, just go ahead and learn your braid, learn your knotless braid. You're good to go. Start making your money. I'm late to Mama. I miss it today. Don't worry. Akuswa Amo Ako. Thank you so much for joining. No problems. It's absolutely fine. So tomorrow, you're joining the class, just come. But tomorrow I'll be taking you how you can end the tips of the braids, different ways you can end the tips of the braids. So all the package you need for doing braids, I've already given them out so that you can be able to go there and do your braids and earn your money. Very, very important. For those of us that are beginners, please be patient. What you need is practicing. The more you practice, the better you become. You cannot get everything in one day, but that is why you need your training mannequin head. If you're working and anytime you're off day, you say, okay, let me just use this time to practice. The videos are there for you to watch. Go to my page where you see the picture, click on it to take you to the full page where you see all the videos with titles, how to do this, how to do that, how to do rubber bands method, how to do the wrapping round method, how to do the natural and traditional method. All the topics are there for you to watch. Then you start practicing, but you need a training head. Very, very important. Very, very important. Is there? I've pinned it on the TikTok shop. If you're there to buy it on the TikTok shop, you go ahead and get it on the TikTok shop. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining the class. If there's any other question, keep it. We'll be back tomorrow. You ask me, and I'm going to show you what you know. Thank you, everyone, and God bless you. Before we call the class a close for today, any suggestion, any other contribution, let me know. Is it let me see, invite let's see Awura, thank you so much for joining. And Exiana, thank you so much for joining. Lera, thank you so much for joining. For those of us that are late today, don't worry. Tomorrow, I cannot exceed this time because I have to go and pick the children from school. That is the reason why. So when we say 12 o'clock, it's my 12 o'clock, 12 to 2. I'll quickly rush the classes while I do my school runs and pick the kids from school. In the evenings, it's 5 p.m. Maybe tomorrow is going to be in the evening. I just place order for my stand and door. Thank you so much. That's fine. It's going to come to you very soon. And make sure that the ones I put there are very, very fast in delivery. You're going to get it. Thank you so much. God bless you. So now let's go ahead. If there's no other question, thank you so much on YouTube. Thank you so much on TikTok. And thank you so much, everyone, on Facebook. If you have not joined the community yet, go ahead and join it. Send me a message if you want to join the classes. God bless you all. And I really appreciate it. I don't take anything for granted. I come to share my views here. For those of us that are lovers of hair and fashion and beauty, you're going to get something. For those of us that want to be a full-time braider, you will never regret learning how to do this because it's a lifetime something. You carry it around, it's in you. You can go anywhere and your business is in your hand. Do you know when you're holding your business in your hand, you don't need too much to start up this business. All you need is a comb. You can use your normal comb at home to start it. That is something that you can learn. You don't require too much to start. You don't need a shop. You don't need anything. All you need is that, oh, I make hair, or you just put it on your social media platform. People will contact you. Use your comb, get the extension and the scissors. Just 2 things that will not cost you £3 or £2. You start your business already. You carry your business on your hands. Nobody will sack you. Nobody will say you're fired or anything. You keep going and start making your money. Give people appointments at your convenience. That is how it works. Thank you so much. If you think that this lesson is good, please share the videos. Contact other people that would be interested in learning. Let them know that we are here. Thank you, and God bless you all, and see you in my next class. Yes, I still remain Grace Lowen from GraceLawendhair, as you can see. I will send in videos that would help. If you follow the account, you keep missing sending videos. I want to be sending more videos now that you can see. So when we come on live, we explain that you can still watch on videos and do more things apart from the braiding. Thank you, everyone. God bless you, and see you in my next class. Bye. Thank you. Thank you so much, YouTube. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Please, if you have not subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. God bless you. See you. Water barrier tarot. I'm going to do a stitch braid definitely on the video and send it to us because most of the things are not really convenient to do online here. So I'm going to send it so that you can be able to watch them and practice on it. Thank you for watching my videos, and thank you for the testimony. He said thank you for the amazing classes. My skills have elevated since I've started watching you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it for saying that. God bless you for this comment. See you in my next class, and God bless you all. Bye. Bye. Thank you so